Yes, people, what's going on? I don't know how I'm moving or how I'm looking or how I'm sounding. I don't know. I don't know if I'm blasting out live through your speakers. It's been a long day of tech. Big up to everyone. Welcome to United View. Welcome to the Full View. Minna, haven't seen her in 700 million years. King Kenny, haven't seen him in about 700 million years. KG, only saw him yesterday. See him too much. Owen, I'm happy to be back as well. Stream Owen, and obviously with you guys in the comments as well, back on the channel. So big up to everyone, man. It's a big Full View. We got a lot to talk about, a lot to get into. The news is newsing, the rumors rumoring, the bids are bidding. It's all going off at Manchester United. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. Early doors, you don't know what to do. Like up the video. Make sure you smash a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. 171, I believe, we're on now, Owen, as well, isn't it? So really pushing on
close to 172
as well.
Close to 172.
172, guys. Come on, close to 172. Road to 200, man. Come on, road to 200. And pre-season is obviously a great time as well. So yeah, you guys know what to do as well. The link to everyone's channel is in the video description below as well. So show love to Owen Wrestle News 3655555. Show love to Minna Football as well. The link is there. Make sure you subscribe to Minna's channel and KG Da Comedian. Make sure you check out his channel and make sure you just subscribe to, I don't know, the latest bowls kind of website so you know who's winning, but you know Kenny's bringing it home.
It's graceful.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely, it is graceful.
So yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna have a lot of fun, man. Owen, the first thing we're gonna kind of start with, Ligt, 35 million euro bid rejected.
Yes, this is quite interesting. This is coming from Christian Falk, coming early today, saying Manchester United have offered 35 million euro for Matthijs de Ligt. FC Bayern have rejected the offer. Bayern are demanding 50 million euros plus add-ons. Bayern have to sell players to buy new players. The negotiations between the clubs continue. Florian Plettenberg had said that nothing has changed regarding all of this. Bayern still demanding that 50 million euros for de Ligt. They demand this amount from Manchester United and other clubs, and Bayern will not lower their demands. The initial figures presented by Manchester United are too low, but interestingly, and I guess critically involved in all of this, Manchester United is playing for time. They want to lower the price. Why are they playing for time? Because possibly it might be a one-in, one-out scenario with either Maguire or Lindelof having to go first, so they want to kind of maintain contact, put maybe just a little bid in here or there kind of thing first, but a bid has been rejected.
Minna, what are you saying? Like, obviously, Euro through the door. We're trying to get to it. Clearly, that's like, is that the third bid now? Was that the second? I think it's the second, isn't it?
What for?
Remember?
I thought it was the first official bid.
Is that the first official bid?
I think it's first. Yeah, I think it's first.
That's the first time we actually put a bid in. Okay, so but yeah, we clearly want him. We clearly want him. What are you saying, Minna? Is that a must-have? Is he the one? Lenny Yoro's going to need help, and try to just get the price down. For
me, Lenny Yoro is the starter. I think he's the starter. I think de Ligt is going to be the experience, the rotation, I expect United to be. I know, because KG said I said this to KG the other day that I think Lenny Yoro is the starter and de Ligt is the experienced and seasoned professional now. For us, and the reason why I'm saying that, guys, is because for their opening bid, 25 million plus 4 million in add-ons in pounds. When they put in a bid for Jared Brantwaite, that was a bit more than that. I think Jared Brantwaite was their preferred player. I think that's the centre-back that they wanted. Unfortunately, I think de Ligt is the second choice or maybe even third choice because Todibo is not available as well. I think de Ligt is a good player. I think he's a good player. And I also think you look at other teams, like, for example, Manchester City, look how many centre-backs they have. No one ever says, oh, but this person should be starting. Well, they have quality in their centre-back depth. And nobody argues about who should be the starter and who shouldn't be the starter, etc., etc. I think if Manchester United do get a deal over the line, for me, it's very clear that they want de Ligt because the way that it looks like that they're approaching the summer transfer window is they agree in terms with players and then they're approaching the club because they want to know that the player is interested in coming, committed to come in and selling the project. I think, obviously, Ten Hag is looking for a little reunion there. I think de Ligt's a good player and I think United will be able to get it over the line. I hope so. I actually think we might get a here we go this week.
Oh, Minna's called it. She's gone early. She's gone early.
Yeah. like it. No half steps.
She's gone early. Yeah. Kenny, what say you? What do you want to see at the centre-back department? You like that link with de Ligt? You like that bid? Do you want to see us get him or eyes for another one? Or is it just for you imperative that we just get another one?
I want to see people leaving as much as anything. because I think because we've agreed personal terms with him, I think that it's just a matter of time. So it's all about the end of the negotiation now, because obviously I think Bayern Munich are happy to let him go anyway. I think he's surplus to requirements there. The lad's a great footballer, he's a great talent, and he's probably not reached the expectations as most people had of him. But having said that, he's got some really tough competition at Bayern Munich. The competition at Old Trafford is not in the same league as what it is at Bayern Munich. But what I don't want, and I desperately don't want to see us having 5 or 6 centre-backs, and we've got Harry and Lindelof sat on the bench every week. We don't want that. Because then we're making massive leaps going forward, particularly in the central defence and midfield or whatever. But what we have to do, we have to see a new regime, and a new regime does not include Maguire and Lindelof and McTominay. It doesn't. So I don't want them anywhere near the club, if I'm being honest. What I want to see is a new start. The Ligt is very much part of that new start. And if we bring, we've let Kim Bell go, so we've got another vacancy in inverted commas where we can bring someone in there. So I would rather see them bring the Ligt and another in, and then we have, in theory, 4 new ones. Because
so you want Ligt plus one more?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Because I don't see how can we go from it's a complete transition. We know Yoro, we've watched him play. He's only played 1 game. We've seen the games that he plays. Ten Hag wants to play that high line or whatever. And no matter, as long as Harry Maguire is at the club, and Lindelof, and I'm not being critical, you cannot play the Ten Hag football that he wants to play. So if you're going down the path of bringing in these younger players, the faster players, the more pace, then you have got to make them big decisions. And then big decisions is not so much about who we're bringing in, because we know we're going to bring decent quality in. It's about letting the past go. You've got to start again. And the starting again means bringing at least 2 more people for that central defensive position. And they'll be able to do it, because if they you're going to get 30 million for Maguire, 15 or whatever. We're not paying stupid money out. And the way that we're doing it, we seem to be spreading the payments. So we're not hitting release clauses. We're giving a little bit more than release clause, but we're spreading it out over a greater period of time. So that, in theory, should allow us to bring an extra player in. So
yeah. Okay, the finance is financing, 100%. Red Baron, super chat here says, don't we need Everton's approval first before we sign a centre-back? Otherwise, they will be crying that we dare try to sign another centre-back. Yeah, True. Make us sign someone who's not Jared Brantwaite, who's not their guy, who they want to keep, but also are mad that we're not trying to get him. Just a weird thing what they're doing. Yeah, you're right. And Gunzu, big up to you. Big up to Gunzu. We ain't, it ain't that late. We ain't falling for that, mate. Says UV, thoughts on a bid for a made-up player, but don't worry about that. We ain't falling for that. You ain't catching me. I'm not gonna do a Don Robbie. I'm not gonna fall for it. What? Wait a minute. What about the time when you read that innuendo and you got clipped? No, that's not happening to me. Casey's looking at it, trying to work out what it is, though. I can see his face, but he'll catch on. He'll catch on. That's fine. He's, yeah, you just say it on your. It's fine, KG. He's a new player, man. Go check him out on Reckless Delegates, man. Just read out.
Yeah, maybe mute yourself, KG, then say it out loud, and then maybe you'll get it.
Shout out to Ruwari as well, though, who has gifted 5 UV memberships as well. 5, big up.
That's the gift of being dyslexic, because it's like
because now that actually makes sense to you. So you're like, yeah.
KG's got a pen and paper going.
I'm just my mind just turned it off and said, "Yeah, don't even try to wear that one out."
Yeah, just leave it, KG. Just fine. It's fine. What are you saying, though, KG? Like, are we gonna get the Ligt, or is it like what more bids? Like, because I know you talking absolute. So you would say, "Oh, we're getting him. Oh, it's gonna be this price. Oh, he'll be playing by this time."
Go Flex. I've told you that I've taken YouTube very seriously this year. I'm very focused on this YouTube and my new this new arc of KG. And one thing for sure, I've been doing some research actually. The arc of KG. So I've been doing some research. But before I introduce the new KG, We have to start with OKG. Hey, we are playing Europe. Himali Chano go Grio. Ramachek, hold on. Just giving the let. Yes.
Yeah, they're all coming. Yeah. Wheel it.
I'm telling you now, Fleck. Man United are not messing around. We're very focused. We're very serious. Listen, Bayern Munich, they got work to do. They got jobs. They've got a serious rebuild that they want to do. They bought in company and they're like, you know what? We got Harry Kane. Harry Kane needs to win something, by the way, because people think he's cursed. Yeah, so they're actually going out their way to break the Harry Kane curse, and it's going to take a lot. It's going to take Tar. It's going to take. Hold on, they got who's the other guy? Was it Xavi Simons?
There you go. What you call it? Yeah.
Xavi Simons as well. They're going all out. They bought in Elise. They said we are breaking this curse no matter what we do. So then after you start to look at the situation, you go, well, they bought in Kim Min-jae. That was a big outlay. That was something that they want him to play, want him to start, want him to be involved. They're just overloaded. And you're talking about a European team. Yes, they're giants and this, that, and the other, but can we get this man off the books? They desperately want him off the books. It's kind of similar to us where, no disrespect to Maguire, and it's not like Ligt is a Maguire, but I'm just saying that it's a name that they actually don't want at the club anymore because they want to go another way. Similar to Man United, we're trying to make moves, but we got people around that's like, I need you lot. I kind of need you lot out of here. Just on the wages alone, it would be good to see you go. Guess what? There's a club. I don't know what the man's name is, the main guy, but one of the head guys at Bayern, he's even talking about one of the left back situation. He's saying that, look, man, if he doesn't realize we'll sell him for free. This guy, he's reckless, but he came out and said something on the lines of, well, we got a Dutch, this Dutch player, and the manager at Man United is Dutch. That so and so playing like 1+1.
He's lining it up. He's like
lining it up, but you never do that. This is weird. This is like they want him to go. This is someone they need off the books, but they want him to go without almost killing themselves. Wait, hold on. Stay focused, KG.
What you call it? There you go.
New KG. It's the new KG. What do you call it?
The yuck. You're regressing, KG.
The new KG. I was regressing. No, but one thing for sure is they want this man off the books. Man United are understanding of that, but then Man United are not going to be held to ransom if you're seeing with loads of the business and loads of the deals that happened in the past. This player really wants us. We're waiting. We're pretty much waiting to sell one of our players. So we don't mind this deal taking time because guess what? Pre-season tour, he's not coming. There's no real rush. He won't be able to start playing football for us in probably like Charity Shield times. That's when he can really. So there's no rush to do this deal. It's not like he's needed for preseason. The guy's still on holiday. The deal's getting the right speed that they're happy with, I believe. And it's almost wait and see who buckles first. So Man United are calling their bluff and let's see if it works.
So basically, we're 100% getting Ligt, and he's going to play in a
yes, absolutely. And I think Minna's absolutely wrong with the whole thing that he's a number 2. I was on her channel, like I went to her channel, I was in the comment section, furious. She said number 2 for no disrespect to Euro, 18-year-old, and he's got quality, but let's not play around in it. You know what Dillitt's coming for. He wants to be the number starting, bro, starting. Now it's very difficult because we probably gave my man mad assurances. We probably gave Lenny Euro super.
Lenny Euro said we're the biggest club in the world, and he watched the FA Cup and said, "I can't wait to be there." Like that Real Madrid thing just never happened.
Dreamed of being
there. Yeah.
Since he was a kid.
I know what you mean, mate.
Since he was a kid.
I only know Betis, mate. I will play them on in the San Diego. I only know Real Betis, mate. That's the only Real I know.
Yeah, that's all you. Yeah, he starts.
Euro done a mad lie.
He said it's a lovely stadium. That's when I knew he was lying. So we got a lovely stadium, and I thought we need to do that.
Money talks. Money talks.
No, don't do that.
No, I'm joking. Because you can tell he loves it.
Get rid of him, man. He's taking
it. You just said he was lying. Absolutely. You just said
no, get rid of him about money talks. He's getting on the line.
No. So you can say
you sound like fans. You sound like them fans, yeah. Bro. You sound like them fans that have been like he's only here for the money, bro. Don't ever back claims.
Oh, so you're allowed to say, has he not seen the stadium with the leaking roof? But it's the best stadium. So you're allowed to say he's lying, but I'm not allowed to say he's lying. No. No, I'm not having that. No.
Come back, KG. You can come back.
No,
it's fine.
No.
Wow. Well,
No.
yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
no.
Wow.
Well, no.
Poor,
Oh.
poor, and I mean poor.
Revolt. Yes, I win. No, but flex, man. Honestly, we know if he's one lie, we know for sure our stadium, is not the best in the world. It's not even close. It's not, bro. We sold raw chicken in the stadium, and there's leaks in every. Bro, come on. We know what time it is with the stadium. But everything else he said is true.
But he is, 100%. And look, he is going to be excited to be here, and you could tell. Well, we saw him. Look, he's gassed, mate. He's signing autographs. He's taking it all in. He's taking it all in.
And he knows Kobe.
And he knows Kobe. He said Kobe's my good friend. He got Kobe.
Good friends.
Yeah, friends. So I actually think the Ligt thing will happen. I think they're just going to wait, buy their time, get the price down. The sequence of what needs to happen, like you said, Bayern needing to sell. We kind of need to free up some space. So give us a bit of time to get someone down. Here's a little low bid. So, we are serious. Just hold that a sec. Keep it going. Personal terms are already done with the Ligt. What did Romano say ages ago? He's only given priority to United. It's not a PSG thing. It's not someone else. It's agent. I only want to go Man United. So don't be talking about nothing else. Unless I'm going there, I don't want to hear about it. Unless obviously Man United pull away. So I do think it go. And actually, we have to get another one. As much as I think Lenny Yoro is going to be wicked, but he is only 18, and we do need that depth because we're only one injury away from like Kenny was talking about, back to Maguire or back to Lindelof. It's so easy to get back there. We're trying to undo it, and we need more quality across the pitch. And Mina made a sick point. City do it. Yeah, exactly. They've got bare players. It's not about why is he not starting, or we haven't seen him start for a few games. Yeah, so what? Hold bench, come in, do your job when you need to, play well, keep the shirt, etc., etc. And then if there's injuries or we need to rotate because people are tired or whatever, that the man coming in can do the job. Like Kenny said, he can play at the high halfway line. He can play on the front foot. That's what I just want, quality throughout the squad that we all do. So yeah, I think he's going to come. Joffrey says I haven't watched the Lit a lot, but what's the biggest difference between his play style and Maguire's? Well, in terms of the dominance in the air, I'd say they both got that because Maguire's dominant in the air. I'll give him that. But being able to play high up, I'm not saying De Ligt's super, super quick, but he's more mobile than Maguire for sure. And that timing and not being uncomfortable in that 1v1. He's on the front foot as well. Sometimes he might get spun a little bit, but he's way more aggressive than Harry Maguire. Definitely more mobile,
better as well.
Technically better.
100%.
Yeah. Playing out from the back. He knows the Ten Hag way. This kid was captain of Ajax at 17. Captain of Ajax at 17. You know how mad that is. So yeah, there's levels. And super chat from
news. I got breaking news.
Go on. Does Owen need to press the button?
Then if Owen's going to press the button, then he should actually do the breaking news. Florian Plettenberg going, go now, go live, the algorithm.
No pressure. We got some breaking news.
Breaking news.
Shuffle my papers. Where are my bloody papers when I need it? This kind of goes into the Mazraoui stuff that we were going to talk about very, very soon, actually. Let me get DJ's thing off the screen there, because this kind of feeds into that. So, Florian Plettenberg had said this earlier on, exclusive, that Manchester United and West Ham were exploring a deal to sign Mazraoui. First concrete talks have taken place. Mazraoui is at the top of the list for both clubs, and he's keen to play in the Premier League. He can leave Bayern Munich right now. Originally, they demanded 30 million euros. However, the market does not support this amount. Now, Bayern are pushing for 20 to 25 million euros. Most realistic price is 15 to 20 million all in. Contract he has is valid until 2026. But the breaking news that KG is referring to is Florian Plettenberg has just tweeted, Aaron Wan-Bissaka is key for this possible deal with Mazraoui for Manchester United and West Ham. Of course, West Ham are interested in Mazraoui too. Manchester United are seriously considering to replace Wan-Bissaka with Mazraoui. Therefore, they have lowered their demand for Aaron Wan-Bissaka and demand just £10 million now.
Wow.
West Ham are considering to push for Wan-Bissaka if a transfer with Mazraoui could not work out. So we're now seeing this sort of domino effect here, whereby Wan-Bissaka goes to West Ham don't go for Mazraoui, we go for Mazraoui, and we get him, and we have the money to get him. That could be the way the dominoes are falling in this one. And I'm telling you now, Fleck, Eric Ten Hag, those sort of ex-Ajax allegations, he's not dodging them very well. De Ligt and Mazraoui. Mazraoui had him at Ajax, in the Champions League semi-final with Mazraoui. I mean, to be fair, I think he might have even given him his debut at Ajax, actually.
He did.
Yeah.
I think he did.
Also, Rafaela Pimenta, he's the agent of both De Ligt and Mazraoui. So you know how we've been having conversations with, that one of, while you're here.
What about my man?
What about my man?
Can I just ask? I get it that Wan-Bissaka's in the last year of his contract, but I'm a massive fan of Wan-Bissaka. I've got to be honest. I think he's the best 1v1 defender, and he showed his mettle. He showed his worth in the FA Cup final last year. I think most fans had him head and shoulders as man of the match. Him and Young Maney as man of the match last year at Wembley, and I just think £10 million in there and Aaron Wan-Bissaka go out the door. There will be games next year. All right, it won't be against Fulham and it won't be against Notts Forest or whoever. But the big games with the big players, Wan-Bissaka always turns up. Whether it's Mo Salah, Kevin De Bruyne, Grealish, Donker, it doesn't matter. Wan-Bissaka doesn't let you down defensively. So I'll be saddened me if Wan-Bissaka went. I would.
Kenny, this guy's guy. Have you guys looked at his injury record though? Because it's feeling kind of Luke Shaw-ish. It's feeling kind of Luke Shaw. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm seeing torn muscle fiber. I'm seeing out for 28 days fleck. I'm seeing fitness out for 10 days. Torn muscle.
47.
Oh. I'm seeing inflammation.
61.
I'm seeing eye injury. Oh, you can't do nothing about that.
You're seeing inflammation.
I'm seeing inflammation.
Who are you talking about now? You're talking about this
new kid.
Mazraoui.
This new kid.
But it's true though. We have to discuss this because, it's all right getting the shiny new toy and upgrading in the area, but Kenny. A lot of people saying they agree with Kenny here. Kenny's maybe got a point here. Some people saying no. Mazraoui is a high quality IQ footballer. Gets it. He's more technically sound, which I get that. Obviously, he's done well on the Moroccan side as well. It is. Look, for £10 million, is there another right back that's better than Wan-Bissaka? No, but
never.
Do we do this? Do we want to get this as Unitedans? This is a bit like, what this is a bit like? This is like the Fred thing again, isn't it? Where it's like he's viewed as a player of if you're going to progress to the next level, if you look at the rest of the top 6 right backs, would Wan-Bissaka be in and around those teams? So maybe not. Well, that's what this is what I mean. But in retrospect, this is my point. This is
exactly.
Come on. That's the point I'm trying to make. In retrospect, right, Kenny. This is the point I'm trying to make. This is the point I'm trying to make, Kenny. This is the point I'm trying to make, Kenny. Is that we say this, and then God, I had flashbacks to being a kid again. I've got a Marine. But then in the season we get rid of him because we go, this is the next step, and then in the season we go, we could have used with that player. You know what I mean? We could that would have been useful to have. I think Wan-Bissaka falls into that category of there is a general acceptance of the total right back. He is not, but in games last season when we have been an inferior side to some teams, which will still be this season, you go, we're still going to need him. So it's a really difficult one. It is. But then he's got a year left on his contract. So do you give him a new contract, which if you do, it's going to be several years? Or do you go, right, well, now's the time. It's going to be difficult. We've got to go in the other direction. Very challenging.
I'll be sad to lose him.
I see what you're saying, Kenny. Obviously, he's listen, he understands his role. He sticks to what he's good at. And he's reliable and
he's the best at it.
He's the best in that one particular area.
Yeah, exactly.
Overall, if you want to kick your team on, one thing even KG we were saying the other day, and even in the game was Whams, man. Sometimes when he is on the ball and he's got to go further forward, you do see the deficiencies. Wan-Bissaka is a very good player in terms of letting him just defend and keep it game really simple. But if you ask him to play on the front foot and have combinations, play around the corner, and sometimes he's a little bit nuts. But then sometimes
awkwardly.
Or check his shoulder. He still struggles in the space of 5 years to know what's over his shoulder.
I know, receive it on a half turn. It's not really it's not his game, is it? It's not his game. But it's one of those ones where he's in the last year of his contract. Do you say, all right, well, we're spinning a lot of plates. I tell you what, swallow that one. Let him just go for free. Let him go for free because you're only going to go for 10 million, but then you can use him this year. There's going to be games where we need him, and you just say, you know what, that 50 million, we weren't going to get much back for it anyway. 10 million, or just keep him for another year and just invest in the other areas because we've got so much to do. Or like what's looking like could happen, you change him now. And, you know, you get someone for 15 to 20. Only time will tell whether that's a good or bad decision.
I was going to say, I think the notion of United losing players on frees is not going to be a thing anymore. I think even if they can get 500k for flipping Donny, I was about to swear, but for Donny van de Beek, they will try and get something for a player. It's not an agenda. No,
Just bringing up Donny, he's not even our player anymore. And you still
no, but I'm saying that they could have just Donny van de Beek he could have been a squad player. They could have just let him run down his contract. But I think that notion of letting players leave on a free is not going to be a thing now. I agree with Kenny in the instance that Wan-Bissaka is the best 1v1 defender in the Premier League when it comes to fullbacks, right? But I feel like, do you guys feel like United are moving down this path where they want players to have multiple attributes that benefit the team? There's no more just being good at just one solid thing. Like Wan-Bissaka is a good 1v1 defender, but his positional awareness when it comes to, set pieces is a bit bad. How many times have we conceded goals at the far post because of him? Going forward, not that great. We talk about the fact that he just looks awkward doing it. I think as football fans, we're kind of spoiled to think that just because a player looks good doing something, if they it's like Varane. People always used to say Varane's not good on the ball because he looks weird, but he was okay on the ball. He used to get the job done. And I think with Wan-Bissaka, I feel like United now, particularly like with Nazir Mazraoui, I think United are moving down this path where they need players that, in particular with the fullbacks, that can get forward and can defend. Now, is Mazraoui like Wan-Bissaka defensively? No, he's not. He's not. But I also think that he has some other positive attributes that United can benefit from. For example, he can play right back, left back. Yeah. Dalot can play right back, left back. So now United will have two interchangeable players at fullback that can switch around if necessary. If United are running thin on the left hand side or on the right hand side, but vice versa. His injury record, like you guys mentioned, is another one. But also, we have to look at why Bayern Munich are willingly getting rid of these guys. These are guys that have been put on the chopping block in the transfer market as soon as Vincent Kompany came in. Mazraoui, Ligt, Kimmich. There's six. I think there were 6 players that Bayern Munich just put on the selling board straight away when Vincent Kompany came in. That's not me saying Mazraoui, we shouldn't go for him, but 10 million to West Ham for Wan-Bissaka to go and spend 15, 20, 25 million on Mazraoui, I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right.
I agree.
Because of you're saying it's not so much moving on from Wan-Bissaka, it's more the price, the player, the price and the player that you're actually going to get. Just looking at him as well in terms of his whole career, 193 games at right back, so obviously that's his predominant position. But the second most appearances he's got is 44 in central mid, then defensive mid. Played 10 games at left back as well, so he is multifunctional. He's played right back, centre back, defensive mid, left back, left winger, right mid. Even 4 games at centre back. But the main thing is obviously he's clearly a right back. We know that. Didn't he start? I swear, did he start against us when we played them? I can't remember. Or did he come on? Conrad Lemaire was down that side. Yeah,
he didn't start because Alphonso Davies is when Eric Ten Hag insulted Alphonso Davies before the game.
I put in Palestri there and say, "Hold that, brother."
And he said he's not a good defender.
No reason. So he just did it for no reason, but maybe to hype up though.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we'll watch this space anyway. A lot of people having their say on this. Let's get to the super chats. We were just going to get to DJ actually, and then we'll go through them. DJ says, "Big up Uncle Kenny, spitting facts. INEOS really mean business. Question: how many more signings do you see us bringing in? Because the way we're moving, it could be another 4. Hold that thought, guys. We'll get back to that. How many signings you think?" Sergeant says Bayern fans are clueless. They protested against signing Neuer in 2012. Look how that turned out to be. De Ligt and Mazraoui are bad signings for United. #failures. And he also says De Ligt was good at 17 to 19. KG and Flex had hair at 17. Fire. So he's saying, don't go and get him. Don't go and get him.
That was good when he had hair. Damn.
Scar says, preach Robbie. Preach Robbie. Oh. The disrespect on Aaron Wan-Bissaka is disgusting. There is no better. It's an absolute joke how unappreciated he is. Wow. Strong words there. Scars always says, sorry, I meant preach Kenny. All right, there you go. I was thinking, don't blame it on Robbie. He's not even on the stream.
Robbie.
He's on the plane on the way to the US tour. He's going across the. Wait a minute. So he's not even on the stream. He's not. Scar says, talk about Aaron Wan-Bissaka's weaknesses. It's crazy. Our players not allowed weaknesses. For me, it's as crazy as saying clubs should sell Messi because he can't tackle. I think it's fair to say.
Well, let's just never bring him up again. Is it? You know what I mean? This is why it was like this morning when we were talking about Sancho. Remember we were talking about Sancho? We were doing Sancho this morning. We went, he could still want to leave. How dare you say he might want to leave? It's still Man United. There's a possibility. I mean, it's like, with Wan-Bissaka, why he's such a curious case is because his positives are so strong, but his negatives are actually so weak. You know what I mean? It's like it's like playing top trumps, but he's got one category that's full. So every time you've got that card, you always use that. But if they ask anything else, they go past it. You go, oh shit, I'm gonna lose that one with Wan-Bissaka. But if it's 1-on-1 defending, boom, that's what it is. So it's an interesting one. But he is like a trump card in sort of games, isn't it? Yeah, if you're playing, like,
it's a top lad. It's a top lad. I honestly don't get it. I don't get it from the point of view that all through last season, even though Delors was probably one of our players of the season, there were always games when you thought, I hope Wan-Bissaka's playing. Because such a body's playing. And, I think when we played Villa and other teams where they've got strong wingers and the pace, it just keeps them quiet. It does. Do you know what I mean? You can trust him. I think the word I like is I trust him in doing his job. There are people talk about having attributes, this, that, and the other, and so on. And we're expecting so much from, like, as has already been said, from a right back. Look at Trent Alexander-Arnold or whatever. He can't defend to save his life, but he's rated so highly because he's great going forward. So even Trent Alexander-Arnold, do you know what I mean? He's not that great, is he? Do you know what I mean? He's got his weaknesses, and he's a defender, but he don't defend. So it's what you want from your team. I get that. It's what you want from your team and how you want to set up. But for me, I've always seen Aaron Wan-Bissaka as dependable. And that's what I like from a defender. Yeah,
definitely is dependable. Yoga Ross says, then why are we extending McTominay if we don't want players with one attribute?
No, we're not getting that. I think people misunderstood the quote that happened there. But you have to go back to DJ's. Let's go back to DJ's chat because I messed up with news.
How many signings? How many more signings we saying, guys?
Yeah, Flex read it out, didn't he? Flex read it out afterwards.
Yeah, I read it out. Yeah. But the question was,
loser move.
Why is he what?
He said he's going to contact HR because we're not reading out a super chat.
We did.
Yeah, we read it out afterwards. I was confused by that as well. I was confused by that.
Is that what DJ said?
Yeah.
Move, DJ.
He's going to say, I'm going to contact HR. You know what I mean? He said KG interrupted with breaking news. We circle back.
Red Baron says, do we want to be reactive with Aaron Wan-Bissaka or proactive with an attacking fullback? That's the question. And that is it. It's how Eric Ten Hag sees the side and going back in for an ex-Ajax player who we know is very well. I could see that. Just before we move on to the Dan Ashworth stuff, though, because that was interesting. I want to get into that. Minna, how many more signings do you think we'll get?
4.
4 more, yeah.
4 more signings. 4.
Yes, Minna.
I think we get a centre back. I think we get a midfielder. I think we get a fullback, and then something random. Something random.
So the fourth one could be road, could be forward.
It could be like a Johnny Evans kind of signing where it's not someone that's going to play regularly.
Are you counting that 16-year-old from Arsenal? Does that count?
No, because that's an academy. That's a scholarship, isn't it? So that don't count.
20 million
incoming.
Maybe I'm counting Collier as a promotion from the academy.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe that counts.
Okay, so Min is saying 3/4. KG, God, how much?
I'm gonna I think I'm gonna get 7 signings, mate.
The new KG.
No.
He's just like the old one.
The new KG, that new
Worse
KG.
Than old KG.
No, new KG. I'm not forced. I agree with Minna. I think it's 4 signings as well. I think we're gonna get a left back and a right back. Like it's necessary. We need, even though unless Armas is amazing on this tour, I just think we need more.
Who?
Like Harry Armas.
Left back.
Why are you calling him Armas?
What's his name? Amas.
Amas.
Look at Kenny's butchered people's names today, and no one said anything. I come in here. Kenny's destroyed. He said one player, and I said who?
No, we let Kenny off though. We let Kenny off.
Let me off. Absolutely disgraceful.
Wait. Oh man. Has Mina, have you had your say here on the Sancho thing? Is like, I would love to hear you lots before we get into Dan Ashworth though. Are we gonna have the Sancho conversation quickly? No, it's fine if not.
What does Mina think?
I want to know what you guys think. I'm really interested. I want to know what Kenny thinks.
Actually, yeah, Keiichi, why were you apologizing the other day? I found that a bit strange.
Keiichi's been apologizing a lot. The last couple, every day I go on his stream, it's like it starts with an apology, and then it's something.
He said he's a new man.
What were you apologizing for specifically, Keiichi, to Jane Sancho?
Listen, I thought the thumbnail was crazy. I woke up in the morning. The thumbnail. I went out to Flex. I saw the thing from Flex, and I goes, bro, you know, it was such a mad thumbnail. Yeah, that goes, wait a minute. Did I really say sorry? Then I goes, Flex, I'm not even going to check the comment section for that one. I said, I'm not. Remember, he said to me, what have you seen? I goes, no, I'm not even going to be in there. I said, that's mad. I said, that is the most, that's clickbait. Because I know people are not going to watch the video. People are going to turn up and go, KG and fall like, bro, I didn't check. So I could be getting rinsed in there. Now, listen, all my thing is, I'm just like,
you did say sorry to Anana, I'll tell you that much.
I apologize to Nana.
Face to face.
I'm just happy to have him. I am happy to have Jadon Sancho back. So it was drawing a line. It was like, a lot has been said. Welcome home. Do you
think he's staying?
Yeah, it could do. I've got to go back to where it all started, me. And the lad came out and said he was being made a scapegoat. That's the way I look at it, right? And he was right, because he was being made a scapegoat for Rashford and Anthony, right? And none of them can lace that lad's boots the way he started last season. He had him on tour. He had him at number 10. I honestly thought that he was going to get some regular game time. And apart from young Ahmad, how can I put it? It's been lucky, young Ahmad, but he's deserved his luck, because when he's come on, he's proved it. And young Ahmad should have started before Anthony. And same with Rashford. Rashford last year, we carried Rashford last year. We carried him. And in the FA Cup final, I think he got booed off. If correct me if I'm wrong. People would like
semi-final got booed off, and in the final he redeemed it.
Yeah,
clapped off.
So comparing that to what Sancho did and said, or what he did or did not say, because we'll never know, right? Rashford was just as disrespectful with going out when he should have been training and this, that, and the other, and missing games and being seen in pubs and clubs or whatever. But because he's Rashford, he got away with it. So I have a little bit of sympathy from Sancho from when he said he was being made a scapegoat, because I think he was made the scapegoat. I think he took the can for that front man being poor last year at the beginning of the season. And I think Ten Hag forgave Rashford and he forgave Anthony because he's his golden child or whatever. But so I'm happy to see Sancho given another chance. I like Sancho as a footballer.
Okay, go on, Mina. Go.
Yeah, I think Sancho stays. I think Sancho stays. I think the type of players that we have right now, especially like the wingers, we've got different players with different attributes. We've got the technical players, the Amads, the Sanchos. We've got the direct players, the Garnachos, the Rashfords. Anthony, he doesn't fall, but he's just there. He's just there. So I think Sancho offers more. I think for me, the most important thing, I'm just glad that all of that is behind them. The manager and the player can find mutual ground. And that's what happens when you've got the right people in the right places that are there to do their job. Eric Ten Hag should never have to deal with that situation because he's the manager. He should never have to. That's not his place. But obviously, Man United didn't have the people in place. Now, if PSG come in with a reasonable bid, I wouldn't be against it. But I also said I said it on my channel as well today that I fully hope that if Jadon Sancho stays this season, I'm backing him to have a good season. And same with Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford cannot have the same season that he had last year. Jadon Sancho cannot have the seasons that he's had at United over the last couple of years. This needs to be a good season. Contribute to the team, be good seasoned professionals, and help the team win game in, game out. Like, for me, I just think it's a clean slate. If the fan base, I don't understand. Like, if the manager and the player have, closed the chapter and started a new page, why can't everyone else just get over it?
This is why KG said sorry, because this is our point. Like, because no, but that's the thing. No, wait a minute. Hold on.
KG, you were gunning for Sancho. For months, you were gunning for him.
I was gunning because I was not just me, Don't let that guy over there flex. Flex was on every channel. Flex was on TalkSport. Flex was on 5.
Then he said hi to him when he saw him. I don't get it.
This is what I'm saying. These are the little moments when I have to call it out, yeah? Because I'm not the only one. Flex was on tour saying, I don't think Sancho should ever play for this club again.
This sounds a bit a bit like snitch. Like, sounds like you're on the stand and you've just, this is what this sounds like.
Rightfully so. And rightfully so. No.
So are we condoning this behavior? Chat, are we condoning this behavior where someone's on the stand and they're just like directly talking about everyone but themselves?
He's throwing it back onto you now again. Throwing it back onto you. You're volleying it to each other. Masterfully, by the way, on the screen. One to you.
Now I'm going to switch.
I don't know. I thought you was from South London, bro. I don't know. You might have to move, bro.
Now he's questioning where you're from as well. Now he's questioning that, KG.
Listen, anyway. I
just want to know what you're insinuating. I just want to know. Are you on the stand answering your charges or are you bringing up other people's?
No, because I think it's disgusting what you're doing in front.
Right. So it's about me then. So you understand what's about me.
Talk about you. Have some accountability. This morning, you blamed it on Apple.
About me.
You had some problems with the laptop. You blamed Apple. And I said, wait a minute. Why doesn't he turn his computer off? He says he's that line of, it was charged. Yeah, let it run down to 0%. But why is it off? Wait, mate.
Down
your computer, mate.
Apple MacBook.
No, because you're ridiculous, bro. Okay. Anyway, let's get into. I want to quickly say some stuff about
the jury sees this. Let's see what the jury thinks.
I want to say some stuff about Jadon Sancho.
Very interesting.
Yeah, he was. Wow, I can't believe it.
I have some parliamentary proceedings, please. Can I have
order.
Well, the right honourable gentleman to my bottom right was asked about himself.
Get rid of him. Order. KG, carry on.
All he did was talk about somebody else. Can the right honourable gentleman please talk about himself?
I will hold you in contempt. I'll hold you in contempt, my friend. Yes.
Thank you. Are we? Yeah. We were listening. Brilliant. Thank you. So great to be allowed to speak and let my voice be heard to this great community. Now, one thing I really want to say is I was watching. I'm always looking for stuff in it. And I won't lie to you, the man marking with Jadon Sancho, it felt like Maguire. It felt like we're gonna level this up. I know that PSG are putting in a bid, but then at the same time, PSG want to bring in Neves and they also want to bring in Osimhen. Yeah, that's a big outlay. I don't know if, unless we're doing like a guard swap, if we're swapping Ugarte for Sancho, then maybe it's a bit different. But it didn't feel like that. It felt like a guy that they was trying to Kevin Gunner. It felt like a guy. Yeah. Yeah. Now stay focused, Flex. You now got ADHD.
Yeah, you did good.
Oh man, come on, bro.
Sorry.
When they talk KG, you can do it. It's fine.
Hold on, that's it. This is the thing. So what we did see here is I saw the Maguire level treatment, like 1-to-1. Usually everyone else comes out and it's fine by themselves. He with someone. Never. They're really looking after him. I think the club in their mind is like, they understand this is a valuable asset, but it's depreciated purely because of a fallout with the manager. But then they're like, he's not worth. You can't sell him for that. No one's coming in and giving us the right amount of money for Jadon Sancho, what he's really worth. All these clubs are interested. Juve's interested. Dortmund still wanted. A lot of clubs wanted to buy him, but then the fee, the money doesn't really make sense. And Man United are like, well, why are we getting rid of him? At the moment, you look at the players that we're linked to. I know there's this Rios thing and all these other ones and stuff. And then after you're talking about Mazraoui and stuff, and you say, well, if they're good enough to play for Man United, well, surely this guy's got some quality. Can we not fix this? And I believe that they're working on that relationship because, let's have it right, we still don't know what kind of season, little one. We still don't know what kind of season Rashford's going to have. And if Rashford is poor again, yeah, you do have someone else on the left-hand side. You now have a Garnacho, you now have a Sancho, you have a Rashford fighting out for the left-hand side, and you can actually play multiple positions. You can play multiple positions, and I love that. Kenny just chatting. Anyway, yeah, that's
he's fighting for his life with the distractions. For his life. There was like 3 or 4. And
It was too much. I was too overstimulated.
Overstimulated, yeah.
I was overstimulated. I got ADHD. There's nothing I can do about it.
That is real ADHD, 100%.
It's true.
Undiagnosed ADHD, 100%. 100%. That's fine. That's fine. It's a safe space for you. It's cool. We just work around it. It's fine. We don't care.
Can I ask you a question? Yeah, with the Jadon Sancho thing, do you think fans have a difficult place in identifying or judging players solely as players? Because I feel like when we talk about Jadon Sancho, people are too busy talking about what he wears, the way he dresses, what he posts online, all of that. People take that and say he's not focused on football. Do you feel like as fans we need
absolutely
to kind of
it depends on what type of fan you are. Yeah, I agree. Because look, I saw people getting vexed at Kobbie Mainoo. They say, "Oh my God, now look what they've." I saw someone go, "Oh my God, look what they've done to him."
It wasn't good though, was it?
What's happened?
It was. It's good. It's a good shape up. He's getting a break.
That was the taper fade that started all the way here, and then braids start all the way here.
I had no issue of him getting a haircut. Haircut's a haircut. Who cares? But just in terms of like the look, I thought.
But he's at the early stages where he hasn't fully grown yet. He's just getting the early shape up in there, and then he's growing it. Like
you're gonna make mistakes. He's just trying to find.
That is true. You're trying to find your look.
He's trying to find his look. He's gonna grow right in front of us. Let's allow him to.
KG, do you ever have the braids like that, KG?
I tried to grow my hair. Me, young Teflon, his brother, we all tried to grow our hair. We basically all these Nigerian kids. Yeah, we said, you know what? Because we're not really allowed. Like our parents want us to have like the low cut. Yeah, so we said we're all growing our hair at the same time. And then after was all gonna get plaits the same day, but then one of my cousins jumped ahead of the gun, Femi, and he got he got China bumps, and he said everyone else is doing. He snitched, and
you got the Craig Davids, and then snitched on you, man.
And then the parents, we all came home and said, "Just go and remove it. Take this £5 and remove it now."
and you took that very literally for the rest of your life.
He's done me there. My cousin was kicked out though. My cousin kicked out. He couldn't come back home. He wouldn't get rid of it. Yeah, got kicked out.
Kicked out the yard for that, you know.
Yeah, called my mom and said, "Don't let him in." You imagine what you get kicked out for? That's mad. In African home, it's mad.
African homes, I don't know, so man, like Caribbean homes. I dare say there's a lot of strict, like, we're going a bit off topic here, but there are a lot of strict cultures. I know, like Asian people, like Indian, maybe Pakistani culture, they're quite strict.
Yeah.
You know, what's that? Somali, like, is your culture
strict? Braids are what's in fashion right now for boys. My nephew's got plaits. My mom nearly had a heart attack. Like, she nearly passed out on Eid when they turned up with braids like this. One of my nephews came to my sister's wedding with braids. My mom said, "Go now, take it out." Go take it out.
It's so frowned upon, you know, and in the Caribbean culture as well, because obviously loads of people are Rasta or whatever. It's a big part of the but then sometimes it's like, nah, luck off that. What is that on your head? Like, nah, it's crazy. But we went a little bit sideways there. But
sorry, man. Sorry.
I tell you what, we've only got 9 minutes left. Let's do Dan Ashworth, Owen.
Yes, Dan Ashworth, he wrote a lengthy column as part of the 2024-2025 review or something like that. And he spoke about a lot of things. He said, quote, Omar Barada has started as chief executive and Jason Wilcox as technical director. I can assure you that we have lost no time in getting to work. Our first big decision of the summer was to extend Erik ten Hag's contract as men's first team manager to June 2026, reflecting our strong belief in him as one of Europe's top coaches and the partner we want to continue working with to get the team back to the levels expected. He concluded the article by saying, this remains one of the biggest football clubs in the world, but this is not our measure of success. The focus is on getting back to being among the best on the pitch. It won't happen overnight, but together with Omar and this new leadership team, we will not rest until we have achieved it. Now, as I mentioned, that's just a couple of select quotes there. There was lots in there. It was a really well-written column, actually, from Dan Ashworth. Very transparent, talked about growing up, being a United fan, not actually from United, but he has from Manchester rather, but has family based in Manchester too. Talked about how proud he'll be when he sits at Old Trafford in the director's box at the beginning of the season as well. Daniel. And to be honest, like I posted this on Twitter, like when you do think about everything they've done thus far, INEOS, we always say proof's in the pudding. Well, the pudding's looking not bad at the moment. We'll have to wait and see what happens on the pitch, obviously. But in terms of, they said, look, we're going to invest in Carrington. Tick. That's going to be finished at the end of the season. They said, we're going to revamp everything in terms of the football leadership team. That's all in place right now, whether it is Barada, Ashworth, Vavel, Jason Wilcox, etc. When it comes to Van Nistelrooy and Rennie Harker, in terms of the coaching staff, when it comes to the transfer market, they've already made 2 signings, and they're a much quicker pace than most other Premier League teams at the moment. And we know they're on track to do more signings this summer as well. And I guess the next step now is that they've got to deliver on the pitch, which is kind of the sort of more difficult variable that's maybe a bit more difficult to control. But they mean it. I mean, the words that they've put out there in the past leading up to all this, they mean it. And it's very encouraging. And I just hope that it does continue.
Can I just say, I like his message about the women's team, because
yes,
it's true what he's saying. He was part of Brighton. Brighton went from being like a women's championship team to consistently being in the WSL. Newcastle went from being a Step 5 women's team, which is a non-professional team, to now being a professional team. In the FA as well, his role was working with the Lionesses as well. So I think a lot of women football fans, Manchester United women's fans, appreciate that. But I was very critical of it. I wasn't critical of INEOS, but I was more like, I'm going to wait for the summer, because, that is when they will truly get active. Once they put everyone in place in the summer transfer window, etc., that's when they will really show us what they're doing. And I think the first most important thing, Umar Barada showed it, and now Dan Ashworth showed it, is communication. Umar Barada came in. First thing he did was send a message to the Manchester United Supporters Trust that was shared with, shared everywhere online. Dan Ashworth, in his first month, right, and basically what I see as an open letter to fans, communication. The last communication we had, I would say, with Manchester United fans had with people in specific places in Manchester United, I would say was PR stunts with Arnold and Murto sitting in a pub talking to 3-4 fans, slightly getting recorded. This is what I think what fans want to see. They want to see that transparency. Yeah, they want to see that transparency. They want to see that communication. And inevitably, I think it makes it easier for fans to buy into what they're trying to sell us, when you can already see the examples of it. You can see what they're doing in the summer transfer window. You can see what they're doing with bringing the right people around the manager to create a safe environment and a professional environment. You can see what they're doing with getting players out of the door, what the previous regime really struggled. So I welcome this. I welcome Dan Ashworth's words, and I think it's really good to hear that he knows it's a marathon, not a sprint. It's going to happen in due time.
No, in fact, I agree with everything you said. Really, nothing, can't even add anything to that, man. I echo everything you said. It's just refreshing, isn't it? It's just refreshing to see all of these pieces of the puzzle being in the right places, and then lo and behold, it seems like they're just making the right decisions. And for us, it feels weird, but this is really, we should remember that this is always how it should have been. Like, yes, we should celebrate it and be happy, because every time they do something that's good, we're like, wow, like, oh my God. But it's like all the other clubs, they've had this. Like, this is what it's meant to be. Yeah, it's normal, but we've not had it for so long. We're like, right, technical director speaking to us. Like, this is sick. Like, oh my gosh, they want to like come down on a fee a little bit. Oh my days, we'd like doing a few deals at once. Like, but that's how far off we've been, and it is really important that we notice that, like, within this, from February, from getting ratified to now, INEOS, I think, have done a superb job. And actually, like, I hold my hands up. I was part of the, I wanted Qatar, and with what Qatar was offering us and what we were being told they could offer us, as soon exactly, many of us did. And as soon as Sir Jim Ratcliffe was announced as that's who it's going to go to, I was like, oh my goodness, like, we're not going to be able to clear the debt. Like, he's just going to be working with the Glazers. I don't know how much is going to change. Like, I wouldn't go as far as to say, like,
Man United, as far as you know, it is over.
It's over. We're finished. I wouldn't say that, but because
just another Glazer, mate. Just another Glazer, basically.
Just another Glazer, yeah.
Basically, is what it is.
you got into bed with the Glazers, mate. But it's been everything opposite than that. And now, even the most staunch, Qatar in people, it's like, I'll tell you what, mate, INEOS have come in and they ain't messing about. Like, they could not have done any more by Monday, the 22nd of July. Like, I don't know what they could have done at more. So, yeah, and like Amina says about the women's teams as well, 100%. Let's fly through the super chat before we wrap up the show, guys, because there's quite a few here. I think I got to Larry. Larry said, imagine keeping a right back whose only attribute is tackling, always losing his man if they are not running at him, keeping people on side. Good riddance. Wow, strong words there. Strong words.
Don't talk about his weaknesses. How dare you, Larry? Can't do that. Never.
The delegation.
I read that one earlier, one from Red Baron, actually. Do you want to be reactive with Wan-Bissaka or proactive with an attacking fullback? Max says, Wan-Bissaka is the exact opposite of Trent. I'd be fine with him as a squad player, but with Erik ten Hag's style, he's fighting an uphill battle. Basically, he can't do the demands that he needs him to do going the other way. Mike says, we need to change this mentality of keeping Wan-Bissaka because he will keep wingers quiet. The best form of defense is attack. Teams that are winning the major trophies would not sign a player like Wan-Bissaka. And Larry says, KG stands for Kevin Gunner. I always said that one earlier. Don F says, we're doing a title charge. And Larry says, inspiring speech, KG. We're doing a title charge. Larry also says, inspiring speech, KG. Now sell Sancho. After all of that. And where did we get to in terms of the likes on the stream, etc., etc.? We got to 716. Not bad for 1,500, 1,400 people watching live as well. So big up to everybody watching, and thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for liking the channel. Oh, and you got the powers as well on the buttons as I take us out. Subscribe to Mina's channel, Mina Football. Make sure you guys do that. The link is in the description below. There he is. Here he is. He's just popped up. I'm thinking, when's little Kenny going to come in? Yes, he was like, this. Yes, like and subscribe. Little Kenny said, this show's not finished without me talking. You better not finish that show unless I get my say. Actually, little Kenny, do you like Man United's new signings? Do you like our new players? Yeah? You happy with them?
Yeah.
Good man.
I've been trying to get him tickets all day.
Oh, I bet you have. Don't worry. I'm sure Grandad Kenny will sort out. And little Kenny, who's your favourite Man United player?
Highland.
Oh, okay. Rasmus. Let's go. How many goals is he going to score next season, little Kenny?
30.
Whoa!
There you go. Big season. Big season.
Come on. Yes.
That's
On that note, we can't top that. 30 goal for Rasmus Højlund. That's what little Kenny says. Rasmus, you have heard the call, and KG will pass on the message. When we see Rasmus on tour, little Kenny, KG will say to Rasmus,
show the clip. We'll show the clip.
We'll show him the clip, and we say, listen, little Kenny says you need to score 30 goals, Rasmus. Can you do it? All right? That's what we'll do. Right, guys, make sure you subscribe to KG the Comedian as well, and Owen Wrestle News 365. And get involved in all the channel. If there's any breaking news, we will bring it to you. Big shout to Kenny and little Kenny. Big shout to KG. Big shout to Mina. Big shout to Owen. We'll see you on another show very, very soon. Take care. Peace.